Hello, and welcome to the Microsoft Academic Research Exchange. I'm Marcy Collinson, Director of Worldwide Academic Research at Microsoft. In this session, our guest speakers, Nadège Ponce and Nicolas Humont from Witivio, will explain how Agentic AI and Copilot for Researcher are designed to streamline the work of life science researchers so they can focus their attention on discovery. If you have questions during the presentation, please submit them using the Teams Q&A chat at any time during the talk to engage with Witivio. Nadège and Nicholas, welcome and thank you for being here.
Hi, Marcy, and thank you for having us today. We are very excited to be part of this series, and we are looking forward to telling you more about how agentic AI is transforming R&D productivity. My name is Nadège Ponce. I'm a scientist with a PhD and with experience working as a researcher in academia. Now, I work at Witivio as a life science consultant, specialized in implementing new technologies such as AI into R&D and healthcare settings.
And hello, I am Nicolas. I am CEO and co-founder of Witivio, but also an agentic AI specialist. And we implement a lot of AI in different kind of organizations and academic lab. So before going deep dive into the full presentations, a quick presentations of who we are. So Witivio is a European startup working closely with Microsoft. We joined the Microsoft AI program. We were actually the first startup in it. We build Copilot and AI agents for major companies like Total Energy and Michelin. And today, we are the first European partner to create Copilot agents. It has been shown by Microsoft as the AI tool with our project Copilot for Researcher. If we look back, every major tech revolution started with the foundations. First, we have the cloud. It gave us the power to store and compute data anywhere, anytime. Then came digital transformations, the decade where every organization became a software organization. We learned to automate, to collaborate, and to connect everything. And now we reach the next frontier, the AI-driven lab, a place where every organization, and especially every research team, become an AI organization. When we talk about AI today, it's no longer just one model. We have entered a world of full models, GPT, Claude, Gemini, each one with its own strengths and specializations. What is interesting in that, their performance levels are now very close. So the question is no longer which model is the best to use, how to use it, how to them one. It's how do we integrate them into our daily work in a secure and productivity way. Because AI today is not just a model, it's an ecosystem that combines models, data tools, and workflows to deliver real value in research. And this ecosystem exists thanks to three major innovations. The first one is the universal interface. We can now talk to technology in natural languages. It's just fantastic. Just ask and it understands. This makes AI accessible and inclusive for everyone. The second is reasoning and planning. Models no longer just predict words. They can analyze, plan, and connect to external data or tools to solve complex problems. And finally, context and memory. AI can now remember what you have done before, follow your workflow, and adapt to the way you work. These three steps are now what transform AI from a single chatbot to a true digital colleague. Now that we have these innovations, the next step is to connect AI to real work. This is where agents come in. Agents are not just chatbots, they are intelligent systems that can understand your context, take actions, and interact with your tools and data. Then when we connect agents to business processes, that's where the real magic happens. They don't replace people, they work with people. Automating the repetitive parts so scientists, engineers, and project teams can focus on what truly matters: research, discovery, and innovation. When we combine all this, we can create a rich world of AI agents that act for us, at work, in life, across teams, processes, and organizations. We are now entering a world built around agents, intelligent assistants that collaborate with us at every level. We start with personal agents, the ones that help individuals like Copilot in Microsoft 365, supporting daily work, writing or analyzing. Then we have organizational agents, which understand company data, internal tools, and workflow. Next are business process agents, automating full workflows, for example, handling approvals, project follow-ups, or experiment documentation. And finally, interorganizational agents, connecting ecosystems, partners, suppliers, research institutes to collaborate across organizations. But what exactly is an AI agent? You can think of it as a smart assistant that receives a message or a signal. For example, a user questions or a system events. It uses a language model, a set of instructions, and some tools to understand what's needed. These tools can help to find information, take actions, or remember context. Then it sends back a clear answer or a result. In short, an AI agent listens, understands, takes actions if necessary, and responds, just like a helpful digital colleague. Every organization's journey will look like different, but we generally see three main phases emerging. In the first phase, AI acts as personal assistants, helping people to do the same work, but faster and more efficiently. It's probably what you are currently doing. In phase 2, two agents start joining a team as digital colleagues. They take on specific tasks under human directions, and for example, a research agent preparing a go-to-market. And in the phase 3, we move toward human direct systems, where people set the strategy and agents run full workflows, checking back only when decisions are needed. Imagine, for instance, a supply chain environment. Agents could manage end-to-end logistics while humans focus on guidance, resolving exceptions, and building relationships. The goal isn't to replace people, it's just to elevate human work. And this evolution won't be perfectly smooth. Most organizations will go through all the three phases at once, depending on their maturity and their use case. And this shift is happening super fast. Analysts estimate that by 2028, there will be more than 1.3 billion AI agents in use around the world. That means billions of digital colleagues supporting individuals, automating processes, and connecting entire organizations. For research labs, this represents an incredible opportunity to focus less on repetitive work and more on creativity and discovery and innovation.
And this brings us to the pain points we identified that are specific to the research and R&D fields. As a former researcher myself, and while speaking with researchers, one thing is immediately clear. They are passionate about science. They love designing hypotheses, running experiments, analyzing results, and sharing their discoveries. But that's not how most of their time is spent. In reality, they spend hours, sometimes days, searching literature, navigating multiple databases, and rewriting manuscript grants. Indeed, 64% of manuscripts are rejected at least once, forcing researchers to rewrite their paper before resubmitting to another journal. On top of that, studies show that about 23% of their time goes just into finding and reading research papers to spark ideas and creativity into their work. But every researcher knows how hard it is to keep up with the amount of scientific information published every day. There is just too much data, and finding the right paper can take hours. You often need to search across many databases, PubMed, clinical trials, protein or patent database, all separately. And when you need to run a systematic review, it gets even more complex and repetitive. The result, researchers spent more time searching for information than actually analyzing it or doing science. The issue is not creativity, it's overload. To help with the overload, researchers, as most people, turn to Gen AI tools because AI is already part of everyone's daily life. Most people here probably use ChatGPT or other free online tools for research, writing, or exploration. But the reality is simple. If it's free, you are the product. Your data becomes the product, your prompts, your documents, even your research content and context becomes the project. And that's why many organizations are starting to block public AI tools. They recognize the risk of exposing sensitive or confidential information. The goal isn't to stop using AI, it is to use it safely with tools that protect your privacy and your intellectual property. And here, Copilot is becoming the user interface for AI, the single, secure place where people can access and interact with their agents. It's not just another chatbot, it's the entry point to your organization's entire agent ecosystem. And because it's part of Microsoft 365, all the existing security, privacy, and compliance standards apply automatically. That means researchers and teams can work confidently with AI in a controlled, trusted, and enterprise-ready environment. Based on everything we just mentioned, we built Copilot for Researcher. It is a Copilot agent. We built it so it can help researchers. It enhances search through literature, patent, clinical trials. It helps with rewriting. It even can ignite collaboration within your organization. Now let's run through a short demo. For this demo, let's assume that I'm a postdoc. I just started a new lab. My boss asked me to present at a lab meeting and he asked me at very short notice. So I need information very soon. So I asked Copilot for Researcher to summarize the latest articles about BRCA1 for that lab meeting in 3 bullet points. So it will go to different trusted databases like PubMed or bioRxiv. It will find the information. You will see. It will summarize the papers, and you can see the reference of each paper. So each reference comes as a card. You see this card as it shows the title of the article, the author's names, dates, citations, how many times it's been cited, the impact factor of the journal. You can even read the abstract directly within Copilot for Researcher. So now that was interesting. Now I need to know more. I need to know where BRCA1 is expressed. Is it expressed in the tissue I'm interested in at the moment? So it will go once more to trusted database like Protein Atlas or UniProt. It will give a short summary, and you can even see directly within Copilot for Researcher, you can see the histological sections. So you can see whether your protein of interest is expressed directly within Copilot for Researcher. Now I would like to go a bit further because my boss is interested in a spin-off to develop a medical device. So I'd like to know whether there are some medical device patented for breast cancer. So in that case, once more, Copilot for Researcher will go into Google Patent, for example, to look into the patents that are published there. And each of the patents will be summarized and have these little cards appear. So you'll see the inventor name when it's been published, the countries that it's active, and you can even open directly the patent here. Now I want to know more, to know about clinical trials. So is there any clinical trials for lung cancer at the neighboring institute? So it will, in that case, go to clinicaltrials.gov and it will give, again, a summary of each clinical trial. What's interesting here is that you can see the status of each clinical trial. You can see whether it's recruiting or not. You can see when it started, how many patients have been enrolled so far, and you can even get in touch with the people that are in charge of this clinical trial. So for that, you will just click contact and you'll have the names and the contact for now to be in touch with the people responsible for this clinical trial. So with that, we have a good overview with Copilot for Researcher. We have a good overview, and I'm ready to prepare my lab meeting. So let me summarize quickly this demo with the different features that I described. So here with Copilot for Researcher, the literature search becomes fast and focused. It connects directly to sources like PubMed and bioRxiv and helps narrow down the most relevant studies. Instead of reading dozens of papers, researchers get concise summaries of key findings and trends, all displayed as cards and abstracts, with abstract citation counts and impact factors. The result is simple, fast insights, more relevance, and more time for real research. Copilot for Researcher also makes it easy to explore protein expression data. It connects directly to reliable sources like Protein Atlas and UniProt, retrieving up-to-date information automatically. The results are displayed as visual cards showing where a protein is expressed and with direct access to histology sections and source images. This saves time, removes manual database searches, and helps researchers make faster, more informed decisions. Another key feature of Copilot for Researchers is patent exploration. It allows researchers to quickly search through major patent databases and identify relevant innovations. Each result is displayed as a card, showing the inventor, countries of application, and a direct link to the PDF. This gives a clear view of the competitive landscape, reduces manual work, and help scientists make faster and better informed decisions. Copilot for Researcher also helps navigate clinical trials more efficiently. Instead of spending hours filtering data on clinicaltrial.gov, researchers can simply ask a question and get clear summaries of the most relevant studies. Each clinical trial appears as a card showing its status, condition, key dates, number of enrolled patients, and even the contact of the study coordinator. Another time-consuming task for researchers is adapting manuscripts or grant applications to fit the different journal formats. Copilot for Researcher makes this effortless. It can automatically adjust and rewrite a manuscript to match the journal's specific requirements, like word count or formatting, while keeping the original meaning intact. This saves hours of manual editing and lets researchers focus on what really matters, the science, not the formatting. And Copilot for Researchers also help scientists connect and collaborate more easily. Finding the right person in your organization, someone who has a specific cell line, a specific piece of equipment or expertise, that can take time. With Copilot for Researcher, you can simply ask and it identifies the right contact inside your institution, showing how to reach them directly by chat, email, or video call. This turns internal networking into a seamless process, speeds up experiments, and helps teams share knowledge faster. Copilot for Researcher doesn't work in isolation. It connects directly to your data wherever it lives. You can link it to scientific databases like PubChem or UniProt, to internal SQL or SharePoint repositories, or even to tools researchers already use every day in Microsoft 365, like Word, Excel, Teams, or Outlook. Through the Microsoft Graph, it understands your productivity context. Through Azure and Dataverse, it can access business or experiential data. In short, Copilot for Researcher becomes even more powerful when it connects to your entire research ecosystem securely and with full control over your data. Getting started with Copilot for Researcher is a guided process. We help you explore your needs, set up the solution, and make sure your teams are ready to use it effectively. From the first workshop to deployment and adoption, everything is designed to adapt Copilot to your specific research context and data environment. It is a collaborative journey where we move together from exploration to real impact in your lab.
Yes, we made Copilot for Researcher open source because science itself is open. Transparency, collaborations are essential values in research, and we wanted the technology to follow the same principles. By sharing it openly, we invite you to explore, improve, and adapt it to your needs. It's not just a tool, it's a foundation when we can all belong together. You can see the link and the URL directly into GitHub, into the slides directly. So in short, today's research environment needs tools that are both secure and efficient. Copilot for Researcher combines the best of both worlds, the power of Gen AI with the trust, compliance of Microsoft ecosystems. The next step is simple. Explore how it can fit your lab, run a pilot, and see the impact of yourself. If you'd like to bring Copilot for Researcher into your organizations, we would love to collaborate with you. You can learn more about the project on our website or explore the open source directly on GitHub. And all together, we can accelerate science securely, collaboratively, and with Agentic AI. So thank you so much for this webinar. You have our contact. Don't hesitate to drop us an email, and feel free to have and to ask us many questions. We are glad to answer it directly into the chat. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nadej and Nicholas, and thank you for attending this session of the Microsoft Academic Research Exchange. Please join the Microsoft Azure for Academic Research LinkedIn community for future event information and register for the next webinar. We hope to see you soon.